Hello everybody. We're going to work on our sinusoidal project. Okay, so we're going to use DESMOS to create a scatter plot of some data. Then we're going to create a sinusoidal model, or DESMOS is going to do it for us. So the first thing we need is the data. So here's our project. Okay, I'm going to click on the link first. I'm going to walk you through steps 1 and 4 to get our data. Clicking on that link will bring you to this site. From this site, you will pick a state of your choice. I'm going to pick on Jersey. Once you pick Jersey, or whatever state you choose, you then are going to pick a city in that state. So I pick New Jersey and I pick Trenton area. Then for part 2, I'm going to pick the monthly summarized data. For the options, I'm going to leave it as 2000, 2025. I don't need every single year. We're only going to plot graphs for 2004, 2014, and 2024. The variable I'm going to switch to average temperature. And the summary I'm looking for is the daily maximums. Okay, so this is everything I need to get my data. And in view, I'm going to click on go. If you notice, it gives me all the data from 2000 to 2025. And again, we only need a few of these data, so we only need 3 years, okay? So I'm going to pick on 2004 data. So I'm going to go to DESMOS, click on Math Tools, Graphing Calculator. From here, I'm going to need a table. So this is where you just type in an equation, but if you're looking for a table, click on the plus sign here in the top left and click Table. Okay, from here, I'm going to use the first X value as January, so I'm going to use 0 for January, right? And then I'll go to my climate and my table here, and I'll say January is 48 degrees. So come back, 48 degrees. Then February, so February is going to be month 1, so month 0 is January, month 1 is going to be February, so 45 degrees, and so on and so on and so on. Now I already pre-filled this table for myself. So after you've gone through your data, this is what it'll look like. So now you have your table. Your zooming window here, your window here can change. It could, it could vary. Most of you guys are probably around here, but let me show you how to get a couple things here. So I got degrees, I got months, and then I want to just be able to see my data, and within this domain and range here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this little wrench here on the side, and my x-axis, I don't need anything. I'm going to label it as months. So then I'm going to change my X label to, I don't need anything packed. It starts at 0, but I'm just going to put -1 just to give myself a little space on the left. And my months only go to 11, so I'm going to put 12. Right? And then my y-axis, I'm going to label as degrees Fahrenheit. And my lowest temperature on mine is about 48, 45. I'm going to go 40 degrees. Right? I really don't need to go any lower than 40. And my highest temperature does not need to go to whatever it's set to. My highest temperature is about 81. I'm going to go to 90 degrees. And some of you guys, depending on what you chose, can be 100 degrees, 107 degrees. So make sure you choose appropriate data there. When you put your data in, this is already going to be filled in for you, and you'll see all these scatter plots already plotted. All right, and you could turn them on, turn them off. If you hold down the button. You can, if you hold down your right cursor on this one, you can choose the colors. If you want to choose blue, green, whatever, orange, doesn't matter. Okay, you could choose different points. You could put the plus signs and whatnot. That's up to you. Okay, so no worries on that part. The next part is the regression line. So the DESMOS has made some adjustments. So very easily you can add a regression line. So underneath the plus sign here is this add regression. Click on that, and it puts a regression line for you. Now this is a linear regression, so this is y equals mx plus b. We want a sinusoidal, so I'm going to click drop down button here, and I'm going to click on sinusoidal. Right, and then you'll see that you have a whole sine curve, and this goes on forever to the left, forever to the right. But again, since I restricted myself from 0 to 11 or -1 to 11, it's only going to stop there. Okay, so you have your sine graph there. Your equation is given to you here, so you'll need that sinusoidal equation. And this is the picture you'll need. So you'll see your degrees Fahrenheit, you'll see your months here in the bottom right, and At this point, I would just take a screenshot of this, upload it to your Google Sheets, All right, and you're going to do this for the 3 years, 2004, 2014, and 2024. As you get further down the project, okay, you're going to have to do a little math, some calculations. You're going to have to make your own sine curve or cosine curve, okay? And let me explain that part to you guys real quick. So if you add another item here, I'm going to add an equation. If I add that equation, y equals 19.28846, right? I could do this, but what you guys are going to have to do is create a second equation, but this time using cosine. So 19.28846 cosine, and then I'm going to use the same exact numbers here just so we can see the difference. 0.491173 minus 1.35435, close it, plus 64 plus 64.50367. All right, so there's my, oh, and I forgot my x there. I'll put my x in here, sorry. Okay, so there's my cosine curve. And somehow I want this cosine curve to match the equation that was given to me, right? So I want in terms of cosine, but I want this to be the same exact curve. So it's close, but it's not there. And what I want you guys to do is if you hold that down, I want you to make a dotted line here instead of a solid line. And if you could figure out how to transform this graph right on top of that graph by manipulating this equation, then you'll see that the dotted line and the solid line will match up. All right, so that's what you're kind of looking for here. All right, so for later on in the project, that's what we're trying to do here for the calculations, where it says create another sinusoidal regression line, but using sine or cosine depending on what they give you. So if you're given sine, make it in terms of cosine. If you're given cosine, make it in terms of sine. And again, the solid line should fall right on top of the dotted line, so to know that you guys have the correct curve, and that's what you'll take a screenshot of and again upload into Google Sheets so we can see both the equations, the equation given to you and the new equation that you created. All right, so there's a little tutorial on how to do a couple of these pieces here. So step one, this is what you're going to need. Get that information, get your info. Here's your step 3, get that information on DESMOS. Then from there, put everything into your project, and your projects to start looking something like this. Right, just like as a little demo. So here's your data, you got your curves here, 1, 2, 3 curves. Here's your third curve of all 3 of them. All right, so just like a quick little demo for you guys of what it should look like. All right, again, this could change as far as format-wise, but that's what some of the expectations you guys have coming forward. All right, so good luck. Let me know if you guys have any questions.